Yay, it's here, it's here. I have been waiting so long for this. Oh man, I thought I'd never get it. How is it going, guys? Hope you like that little opening montage. Today is a little something different, but it's something I've been waiting for. I have been wanting, something that has been bugging me, something that has been nagging me, and I am the sole reason, cause, and explanation for why it is the way it is. And what is it? It's in this box is what it is, and as you can see, it goes all the way back. Huge box, but it's not that big of a product. What is it? Well, I'm gonna head home real quick, and when I get there, I'll show you what it is, where it goes, what it does, and all that good stuff. So we'll see you there. What is in this great big old box, you might be asking? Let me show you. What is in the box, you may ask? Well, we're back in the car so I can show you and tell you. And any of you that's been watching my channel for a while know that I did a major screw up trying to do something right. All this stuff in here, I personally have never put any protectant on it because I don't like real glossy, shiny protectant. But one day I got the magical idea to put some protectant on everything, right? So, I've done it 1,000 times before. I wanted to take this piece of trim off and cracked it. Not in one place, not in two places, 3 places. And it really ticked me off. I could just feel my heart sink. Then when I found out how, I went straight in the house, looked up the replacement piece so I could get it ordered and everything, and I saw how much it cost, and then I was like, ugh. I had to just brown paper bag, please. $500 to replace this piece. And what is it? Let me show you, ladies and gentlemen. Every time I go down the freaking road, I have to look at this right there, this, the whole dash from here up, from side to side. As I said, 1 crack, 2 cracks, 3 cracks, actually 4 cracks. Every time I go down the road, I have to sit here and stare at that. And it, not so bad. I mean, you know, it happens, you know, older car stuff happens. But number one, I have to sit here and look at that every time I drive this car. And then what pops in my mind? You dummy, you're the one that did that. You should have just left things alone. Should have just sprayed it on the rag and put it up there and wiped it across. Oh no, I couldn't do that. So it didn't cost me $500 because I was able to get it through where I work. Thank you. But it still wasn't cheap by no means. Oh my goodness, it wasn't cheap. Whew. But anyhow, I checked into getting it myself. It was going to be $500 and $200 to ship. $200 to ship a piece of plastic that only cost probably $10 to make and weighs next to nothing. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to check the colors because I don't know if the color's exactly the same and whatnot. If it is, I'm going to order up some paint and I'll be adding that in the video showing you how to paint it. If not, or if it does match, the next part of this video, you will, because this is going to take a couple days, because I got to go paint the fence and everything for the wife, I promised her. And then if it needs paint, it'll take a couple days, not a week, to get here. So depending on which part of the video you see next, either me paint it, showing you how to paint it, or how to install it, one of the two. But stick around, it gets fun after this. But before we go, I took off a chunk of it. I went to try to pop a piece of it out, and it broke. And I'm not gonna lie, just looking at it, I may end up having to paint it. But let's show you what's in the box. Pull the good old tape off. Open her up. Let me set you down to do this. Hold on. Like I said, it's not that big. Yeah. Yes, actually it is. And I have got to be 100% honest with you. I did not think I was going to be able to find it, because my car being a 1993, even when we called the dealership, and that's where I got it from, the Chevy dealer. When I called, well, when my boss called to see if it was still available, it listed it as being available. But when he called to verify so that we could order it, even the parts manager said, no, that's not, you're not going to get that. But lo and behold, when they looked it up, I could get it. Very surprising. You have to excuse the dogs barking. But here you go. This is what you get for $500. Move this out of the way so I can show you. It comes with foam padding, just like original, because let's face it, it is original. It comes with the Velcro pads already installed, so that you can mount it right in your car. It comes with all the appropriate tabs. Like I said, it's a factory piece. But for $500 you get foam, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of Velcro, and plastic. And I tell you what, I am coming out lucky. I am not going to have to paint it. Yes, this piece is a different color, but that's from all the years of being in the sun. I am coming out very, very lucky. Now, with this said, I'm going to put it back in the box, and I'll see you when when I do the install video. You know, as I sit here and look at what I'm fixing to do, I can't help but be enjoyed, because like I said before, all I see is this up here constantly looking right in my face. And with that said, at the same time, I'm kind of sad, or pissed off if you will, because of the simple fact, there's no way on earth that piece of freaking molded plastic costs $500. I'm sorry, GM and Chevrolet, there's just no way. And in the places like OEM Parts Group or Classic Industries, $500. It does not cost that much. It's just outrageous. Now, with that little rant settled and said and all that off my chest, what do you need to take this dash out and replace it? Not much, to be honest. But before we get to that, I'm going to talk to you about the caps. They actually make a cap that goes on there, and you use adhesive, kind of like caulk, to stick it to your old dash pad. And that works great, except when you have a lot of broken pieces and stuff like I do. Because what happens if you got one crack or one piece that's broke, you can sit there, put the adhesive on it and push that, put it on there and push it down and tape it down like you're supposed to. and it'll work fine. But when you got pieces like this that are sticking up uneven and all that stuff, you know, there's just no way to get the dash cap to go on there. Plus, I'm one of those types of people, if I'm going to do it, I want to do it the best I can, or at least at the right way if I can. And I started to just get the cap and maybe break that piece off and let that way it lay down flat and put the cap on there, but I wouldn't know it's there. You know, it just aggravates the crap out of me, just as bad as sitting here looking at it. So, you know, you have to decide money versus what you really want to do with your car. Like I said, I know that would be there, so I'm not going that route. I'm going the other way, which is not necessarily the right way, but it is definitely the most expensive way. Oh my goodness. But there's no special tools you need. The only thing that you actually have to remove is these two trim pieces. This one on this side and that one on that side. And as you can see, it runs all the way from the pad all the way up to right here. And I'll show you how to take that out. It just snaps right in. But when you get to this part, it doesn't just snap off. You have to kind of snap it down and roll it, because it catches up here on the front, and it really doesn't pull straight off. So let me get to it and I'll show you exactly what you need to do. Now I recommend for this procedure, move your seat back as far as you can, and you may even want to lay the seat down to give you more room, more access. Because all you're going to do is take your fingers, grab it and pull down. As you can see right here, there's a clip, and I'll show you some more as we go, but just work your way forward, gently pulling down. And when you get right here to the front, like I said, you're going to pull down and out. And see how it snaps right out? And you just pull the piece out. It is seriously that easy. This is all that holds it in. These little push clips. They have tabs that bite onto the piece of plastic, and then tabs going the other way that bite onto the hole that goes in the pillar. Now let me go around and get the other side. Now that you're in here, you can see, just in case you've never decided to take one off, this is what you get. See, that is where those tabs pop in. They do a really good job of holding everything on. There, and then it just rolls right around the corner. But that's what's behind there. Just a couple wires that go up to your mirror and your dome light. In case you ever wonder what side it's on or where it is. It's on the driver's side going up to the mirror. But now we can pull this up and get it out of our way. Oh, nice swallow of energy drink. Today's choice is Coca-Cola. Spill it all over you. Oh. As they said in the movie Young Guns, many a slip betwixt the cup and the lip, right? But now all we got to do, after looking at the old dash pad, supposedly all we got to do is pull up on the front and it pops right out. There's one piece. There's nothing to popping it out. I don't know why it broke when I tried to do it last time. I guess it decided that it wanted to be replaced, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. Like I said, this car's never given me any trouble, so it just pulls up and pulls out. And now you get to see what is underneath the dash of a 1993 Z28. As you can see, most of my Velcro has long since let go. Set my energy drink down so I don't spill it. Take my ugly cover off. reach up here because I've got to get that off before I can put the new one down. Alright, let's try this. A screwdriver. Yep, that'll work. Take something and stick up in there like a screwdriver and pull off the old sticky, because this doesn't stick to anything anymore. So just peel each one of them off, or something like a long paint stick. You can use that, either or, whatever you have handy. But go between the two pieces of Velcro, because you want to leave the piece that is actually on the frame of the dash. You want to leave those pieces. You don't want to take those off. Got those, got those. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's really it. Now if you want to take the time and dust all this off and everything, you can. For the purpose of this video, I'm not going to. There's another piece right here too. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to go ahead and put the piece in here and get it in. I can come back later if I want to. No, I'm not going to. That's how I broke it the last time, right? But let's step outside and I'll show you what's going on. As you can see, the new one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of Velcro. The old one, not so much. And then there's that other piece that was up at the top. And then you had the push pins. Now I don't have this in oriented exactly the same, but here you go. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of Velcro, and then the one up at the top, right there. And then you have your pins for location and everything. That's all there is to it. Both of them has the mats. Both of them are the same size, same shape. So now all we gotta do is stick this one in and put it back together. Yeehaw! I know, I said I wasn't going to do it, but I figured while I was in here I might as well clean it up a little bit. Such is the story of a car detailer, car guy, car guru, car lover, right? Now is the moment I have been waiting for so long. How long? So long. Actually, ever since I tore the other one up. Because I wasn't bragging, but I was proud that mine was still original. And then I had to go screw it up. 1993, right there on the dash. But I don't know, it looks like that's 128 of 93. But it could be 12/8 of 93. I don't see the other hash mark. But the way it's spaced, it looks like there was a hash mark right there in between. But that just verifies that this is a 1993 dash. But here we go. Just be careful. Sliding the new one in. Get it the way you want it. You're going to have to kind of bow it up a little bit in the middle to get it to go, I know. Now this is going to scare the piss out of you. You have to push it up in the middle and just let it bow. If you don't, you'll never get it in. There you go. Now all we gotta do is get it into position and we're good to go. So just take your time. Look at your marks and everything, where everything goes. And then slide it into place. Kind of get up here, and it's hard, I know, but look at where your tabs are, your push pins and everything, where they go. You see that one was actually broke off, still laying in the hole. So as I would have tried to put that in, that wouldn't have been very pretty at all. It might have actually broke the new one. But just look and make sure all of them's out. That one's out. Nothing in the middle, that one's out. And then once you get it there, line them up and very gently push them down. Just work it back and forth until it feels like it's going where it needs to go. Something don't feel right, back off, recheck everything. And like that, it is installed. Look at how much better that looks. Oh man, I do see something I'm not happy with right here. A little bit of a gap. I am thinking with time and as it heats up, it will actually settle down into that crack. So now, all I gotta do is put the pillars back on and we are good to go. Now I'm not gonna lie to you, I took my mirror down just because I didn't want it in the way for videoing and stuff. You do not have to take that down, but what you do have to do is set the dash up on your dash cap is what it's called. Dash pad, dash trim, whatever you want to call it. Set it up here, get it lined up left to right, and then pick it up in the middle, all the way to the windshield. And then you will have to grab the end and pull it down a little bit. Grab that end and pull it down a little bit. If you have a second person, that'd be great too. But you're going to pull it down a little bit, and the reason for that is it has to bow to go into these, because if you look at them, they are not straight. They're narrow up here and then get wide as they go down. So there's no way for it to fit. I mean, you have to manhandle it and get it in. But don't worry, it's brand new, it's not going to break. Now if you buy this from a junkyard, do it at your own risk. I'm not going to say you can manhandle it like that, but you do have to bow it to get it in there. There is no other way. But let me get you set back up on the tripod and we will get this wrapped up. Everything goes in the way it came out. Just get it kind of lined up and you're gonna roll that in and lock it in place on the dash, new dash pad. Right? And then snap it in place. Alright, that one's gonna be a booger. There we go. Now we'll do the other side. But just for you guys, I took it back out. It's very simple, easy in, easy out. You can see, like I said, the lock's where it goes. What you want to do is you want to take the piece of plastic, slide it down, because it has to go in here and it has to cover this piece up. And then it has to lay in this groove right here. So you want to slide it in as you kind of turn it, get it in place, then you roll it around. You roll it around the pillar, and then basically it locks itself in place. You just lightly tap it and it'll go right in each and every one of the spots where it's supposed to go. Man, you guys and gals have no idea what I go through doing this by myself. I need a second person in the video, but let me show you what I'm talking about. You stick the tail end of it that goes up next to the door out the car. You bring in this piece first. This piece right here goes in first, and then this comes around over the top of it like such. You slide it down the pillar until it gets just about in place. Then you come around and rotate it on the outside so that it covers up that. Let me show you where I'm at real quick, so hold on. But as you can see, here it is. I'll give you another view. You come in basically flat, 90 degrees to it. And as you get it up over the dash and it starts going down the pillar, you spin it and rotate it so that it goes over that piece. Then you just simply push it the rest of the way in and double check that it's over that piece right there like I was talking about. And then snap it in. If you push it all the way down, make sure it's clearing the headliner. And once it's in place like it's supposed to be, it'll all but snap itself into place. That's both of the clips. Then you just have to make sure it's down there. And then bam, bam, bam. Lock them all into place. That's all there is to it. That's simple. Now let's look at the final product. Now look at that final product. That is so much more pleasing to the eye. So much more pleasing. Now I'll go get a rag and detail spray and wipe off all the fingerprints and the dust from the installation. But look at how much better that looks. It's even the same color. I don't have to do any painting. I mean, I could if I wanted to make it perfect, because this color is called graphite and that's really what they call black. But I know from looking at the other piece that it just has aged over time like this has. As that aged, it got a little darker just like this did. So I'm really not going to worry about it. But look at how much more pleasing to the eye that is. There, don't that look a lot better? I think it looks so much better. Now I won't be looking at that. Number one, I was having to look at it. Number two, I was having to look at it knowing I was doing it. I'm the one that did it. It was about to drive me absolute batty. But manufacturers, listen. Like I said, OEM parts, classic industries, even GM. You know this part does not cost that much. You know there's more cars out there that people are wanting to fix. Take pride in, you know, in having it looking right. Come down on the prices a little bit, guys. God, that is outrageous. $500 for that little piece of plastic. Now that said, what's coming up next for the old girl? Well, I got a couple more weeks before I can do anything else, because I got to put the money for that back in the savings. I told the wife, she let me take it out of savings. Yes, let me. She's my financial advisor. I told her if she would let me use money out of savings, that I would put it back, you know, within the next couple of weeks. So she agreed to it because I had the opportunity to buy it. They actually had it in stock. I couldn't believe it. But I was able to get it, so now I got to put it back. But enough babbling about that. My next upgrades plans are I'm wanting to put some cross-drilled and slotted rotors on it. Because if you watch this video up here, you know that I just recently did the brakes on it. And I recently put the rims on her too. I'll put that up there also. The rims and tires, and you can see a lot more of it. And I just think the cross-drilled and slotted rotors will look good. They're not going to perform, they're not going to serve any purpose with me, because I'm not going to be really tracking the car anymore. I used to track the crap out of it. I used to race the crap out of it. And when I say those are 214,000 hard miles, I am not kidding. But that's the next upgrade that I have planned up here. And then I have a few little odd end things I'm going to be doing to it, like the lower control arms on the rear, the panhard rod, the torque arm. I may put in some subframe connectors. I'm still kind of undecided about that yet. And Lord willing, I'm going to get started on the engine. I got a few ideas and a few plans for that. And in the red car, while I'm working on the black car and it's down, you know, like with the engine, I'll be driving the red car. But I have some plans for the red car too. I'm not going to tell you what they are right yet. I want them to be a surprise. So stay tuned and we will see you in the next video, guys. You get out there and enjoy your car. 15 minutes is really all it took. It took longer than that because I had to video, change angles, redo stuff because I forgot to hit record, stuff like that. But that's the life of a YouTuber, right? I mean, you think you have it doing one thing and you don't, so you have to go back and redo it. But until next time, get out there and enjoy that car, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.